Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and I am here with a tentative TBR for March Mystery Madness. So this year, I once again get to help co-host March Mystery Madness, and our theme is decades because it is our 10th year doing this. I am so very excited. The prompts, if you have not seen our announcement videos, which you should go check us out, I've got all of us linked down below so you can go find our videos. Um, anyway, the theme is decades, and you can choose one decade and read mysteries from that decade, either written in the decade or written about the decade. Uh, you can do one or the other or both, or you can do through the decades. So read books from a set of decades, like one book from the 40s, one from the 50s, one from the 60s, etc. Or one book for every year in the decade we have been doing this, I think. If that wasn't one of the prompts, it should have been. But I think it is. Anyway, I have, because I'm me and my focus is children's and middle grade books, I have a lot of those, but I also have a list of other books that I would like to try to get to throughout this this upcoming March. So I've got Trixie Belton was not published till the 40s. I don't know why it's in the stack. I've got Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. So the first Hardy Boys book, which is the Tower Mystery, it was published in 1927 originally, and then it was revised and republished in 1930. So I've got a huge chunk of Hardy Boys books that I am going to be reading through. And the first Nancy Drew book, which is The Mystery of the Old Clock, was published in 1930. So there are several of those published in the 30s that I am excited to read through, and I'm going to read them with my girls. So I'm excited. I know that Elena loves Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Melody, I don't think, has actually read any of them. She has watched the old shows with my mom, but she has not read any of them with us so far. So this will be kind of her introduction to some old favorites. I also have just other children's mysteries. Um, so, written in the 1930s, along with Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, we also have the Bobbsey twins. Several of those were published in the 30s. And then we have the Kay Tracy mysteries, which I am pretty sure I have a copy of somewhere, but it might be hidden in Elena's room. So I stopped looking after a couple of minutes. There's also the Polly Brewster series, which I've never read anything from that I've heard of. And then the Dana Girls Mysteries, um, which featured two orphan sisters who go around solving mysteries. So that's very interesting. I'm going to use these books along with some other books written and published um, during this time frame in my American Modernities final project. So I'm really looking forward to maybe finding some new things in old favorites and then maybe some new favorites as well. And then along with that, I also have The Maltese Falcon by Dashiell Hammett, a couple of books by Agatha Christie. I've got Murder at the Vicarage, and then There Were None, both on my list, although I'm pretty sure that there are other books that she published in the 30s that I will pick up. The Benson Murder Case by S.S. Van Dyne, The Thin Man by Dashiell Hammett, The Nine Tailors by Dorothy L. Sayers. I feel like that book is newer, but it said it came out in 1934. Um, The League of Frightened Men by Rex Stout, and The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler. I also would like to pick up some Perry Mason mysteries. Storm talks about them. She really enjoys them. And I am hoping to read something that a good friend of mine enjoys, and hopefully I love them as well. Then I have books set in the 1930s, but written at a later time. So we've got Maisie Dobbs, The Beekeeper's Apprentice, The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, A Royal Pain, and Bright Young Dead. I guess I could tell you their authors. Maisie Dobbs by Jacqueline Winspear, The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Laurie R. King, The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Ellen Bradley, A Royal Pain by Reese Bowen, and Bright Young Dead is by Jessica Fellows. And then I have children's mysteries that are set in the 30s but written later. The Green Glass Sea by Ellen Klages. It is technically set in 1943, but there's a huge backstory in it, apparently just about the whole 1930s. And then we have The Mystery of the Missing Everything by Ben H. Winters, The Pearl Thief by Elizabeth Veen. It's Wein, and I'm always afraid I'm saying something like that incorrectly. Um, the Case of the Missing Marquess by Nancy Springer. It is in the Enola Holmes series. Um, it's later in the series. I have read it, and I can't remember if it's not set in the 30s. It is real close. And then Midnight at the Barclay Hotel by Fleur Bradley, inspired by the 1930s. I am sure that I will find many, many more books. Hopefully, you guys can give me some more recommendations, but those are the ones that I have on the list right now. So that is all I have for you right now. I would love to hear your thoughts on these books. If you have any other ideas for 1930s mysteries, or children's books set in the 30s that maybe aren't mysteries but are were written in or written, published, or set in the 30s for my class. I'm just throwing that out there. I would love to know if you're going to be joining us. Are you choosing a decade? What are you going to do? Let me know down below. If you have a TBR for March Mystery Madness, you can go ahead and link it for me as well, because I would love to go and watch you. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Until next time, stay safe out there. Bye.